Welcome back, Wrestling WWE fans. Tonight's story is not about titles, not about rivalries, but about something far more personal and heartbreaking. Behind the curtain of Saturday's events, emotions spilled over as whispers grew louder. Montez Ford may be saying goodbye to WWE. The moment word spread, an unsettling silence filled the backstage area. This wasn't a storyline being crafted, it wasn't a swerve for ratings. It felt real. The kind of real that shakes even the toughest superstars to their core. Ford, known for his electrifying energy, his smile, and the way he lit up every arena, was seen sitting quietly, his head lowered, eyes glistening with tears. Those who approached him said it was the first time they had ever seen him look so broken. Please like, share and subscribe for more WWE content. Alright, we're halfway through, and things are about to take a serious turn. If you thought you knew where this was going, think again, this is where the real drama unfolds. Stay tuned, because the best is yet to come. Angelo Dawkins, his tag team partner and brother-in-arms, reportedly sat beside him, clutching his shoulder with tears of his own. To see the Street Profits, symbols of charisma and joy, reduced to raw heartbreak was enough to bring even the toughest veterans to tears. For years, Montez Ford has carried himself with loyalty to the fans and to the company that gave him a platform. But something deeper has been weighing on him. Some point to health scares, others whisper about creative frustrations, and some even hint at family struggles pulling him away from the spotlight. Betrayal too has been mentioned. Ford has long given his all, but backstage insiders claim he feels overlooked, underappreciated, and at times betrayed by a system that promises opportunities but often delivers heartbreak. As the night unfolded, Ford reportedly told close friends that his body and heart could no longer withstand the constant grind. Those words sent chills down the spines of those listening. They weren't angry words. They were tired words. Words of someone ready to walk away. The grief was visible. Superstars who had shared locker rooms and traveled countless miles with him began to gather, hugging him, reminding him of what he meant to them. It wasn't just about the matches. It was about the man behind the performer. Even legends reached out. Names like Kofi Kingston, who knew the struggle of being underestimated, reportedly spoke with Ford privately, urging him to reconsider but respecting the weight of his decision. The family breakdown aspect looms heavily in the shadows. Ford's marriage to Bianca Belair has been a cornerstone of his life. But balancing two superstar careers with the personal sacrifices required is no easy task. Some believe family may be the greatest reason behind this potential farewell. There's also the haunting reality of health crises. Montez has suffered injuries before, and sources say lingering pain has made nights longer and recoveries harder. The question of how much more his body can endure lingers heavily over his future. Backstage, there was no anger. There were no raised voices. Just quiet sobs, hushed conversations, and the kind of atmosphere that felt more like a funeral than a wrestling event. Liv Morgan, Bayley, and others were seen embracing Bianca, who herself appeared shaken. While she has always been strong, insiders say this moment showed her not just as a champion, but as a wife standing by the man she loves in one of the hardest decisions of his life. Scandal too whispers its name. Some speculate that creative differences and broken promises might have finally pushed Ford to the edge. To some, it feels like the system itself failed him. Yet through all of this, the man at the center chose dignity. Ford didn't lash out, didn't point fingers. He simply thanked those around him, even as his voice cracked with emotion. That humility, that grace, is why so many respect him. The tears were not just his. Dawkins reportedly broke down, struggling to even find words. Their brotherhood has been the soul of their journey, and now, that bond faces the unthinkable test of separation. As word began to leak online, fans responded with an outpouring of love. Messages, artwork, and tributes poured in, flooding social media timelines with reminders of how deeply Montez Ford has impacted the WWE universe. Some fans refuse to believe it. Some cling to hope that this is just a temporary pause, not a farewell. But those who were backstage insist the pain they saw was far too raw to be an act. The locker room united in grief. Rivals hugged rivals, heels embraced babyfaces, and for one night, the lines that divide characters dissolved into a shared human moment. Officials reportedly pleaded with Ford to take time off rather than walk away completely. They offered him breaks, reduced schedules, anything to keep him tethered to the business. Whether he accepts remains uncertain. But what is clear is that this moment has already changed everything. Those who witnessed it will never forget the sight of Montez Ford, once the life of the party, sitting in silence with tears streaming down his face. The depth of this loss is not measured in wins or titles. It is measured in the laughter he brought, the energy he carried, and the love he gave to his peers and fans alike. If this truly is the end, then WWE is not just losing a superstar, it is losing a piece of its heart. Because some performers entertain, but few leave an imprint as human as Montez Ford. So as we close tonight, let us remember that wrestling is not just about championships and storylines. It is about family, love, and legacy. And sometimes, the hardest battles are fought not in the ring, but in the quiet moments when the cameras stop rolling. Whatever happens next, Montez Ford's journey has already carved its place in WWE history. Whether he stays or goes, his legacy of passion, loyalty, and love will live on in the hearts of those who watched him shine.